Join me, Chastity, aka the Luminary Luna Beams, and Emily, the Fine Art Medium, as we react to Kelsi Davies and Barrier Beyond's trip to the Garnett House in Garnett, Kansas. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one. Hello, everyone. My name's Chastity, aka the Luminary Luna Beams.
And I'm Emily, the Fine Art Medium.
And we're two mediums that specialize in the paranormal. Our purpose is to shed light on what goes bump in the night. That's why we call this podcast
Lights at Midnight.
Lamp.
Bing.
All right, guys. So as you saw in the hook of the video, we are going to do the Garnett House. Y'all requested it. Here it is. Very interesting place. We do have some clips for you. So this is a reaction video. If this is your first time here, just know that we have a certain particular style of reaction. We do not like to watch the whole video. We do clips for you. So we have approximately 7 clips that may total about 15 to 20 minutes, which is actually a little bit longer than we normally do, of Kelsi Davies and Barrier Beyond's Garnett House trip. So we are viewing most of this from Kelsi Davies' video. I did take like a little clippy clip from Barrier Beyond. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure I'm saying their names correctly. Y'all probably get me in the comments if not. But they are new to me. I've only seen a couple videos with them in it, but it seemed pretty cool too. And it's the beautiful Kelsi Davies.
Yep. I like her videos, especially the little dance ones with, is it Lola in the background? And she's dancing. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know who she is, which I'm sure many of y'all do, if you're watching our content, more than likely you have watched some of her content too. The link to this video will be in the description box down below, along with links of how you can, find us on all of our social platforms and individually and separate and all that good jazz. But anyways, without further ado, Emily, is there anything that we need to add before we roll that first clip?
I don't know. I hope not.
All right, guys, we're just going to go ahead and get started. Emily, roll that first clip.
We're at supposedly one of the most haunted houses in Kansas, the Garnett House, and I am here with Jasmine and Victor. Hey guys! I told them to run in and they understood the assignment. Oh my gosh. They walked around and I don't know anything about this house. All I know is I had a dream beforehand, which I'll explain to you guys what it was, but how do you guys feel so far?
This place, as soon as you walk in, it feels just heavy. There's one particular room where I felt not good. I felt like my head was being squished. Oh. So I want to see if you feel the same, and there's certain items in the house that I didn't like. I felt something, and the owner actually confirmed, so I want to see if you pick it up too.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. How do you feel?
We're already hearing voices, footsteps, seeing shadow figures, and I feel like this house has something up its sleeve. Like it's not fully, it's kind of hiding out. Yeah. And it's waiting for us to go in there and then just give us its full wrath. That's what it feels like to me.
Like it's alive.
Yeah.
Ooh. I not only feel a lot with the house, but I feel a lot with the property around it. So I'm really curious if anything's gonna align with what I pick up on. And I gotta explain my dream too. I had a very, very vivid dream. I don't know if I've just been playing too much of Resident Evil or what this was, but I feel like I gotta share it. So it was like I was a little girl. I wasn't me in this dream, and I went to my old house, but the inside wasn't my house. It was a completely different place. And at some point, I think I transitioned into another little girl, which was weird. And then I went up the stairs and I felt like this lady was after me. So I went up and hid under the bed, and my heart was racing. I was sitting under there trying not to breathe as I see this lady walking around the bed, and she sits down next to me, and then I like knew for a second that it was a dream and that I wasn't gonna get hurt, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna close my eyes, I'm gonna be okay. And I closed my eyes and I felt just the bed lifting up behind me, and I was like, nothing's gonna hurt me, I'm not gonna feel this, she's gonna grab me. She grabbed me, I felt it like so aggressively, and she pulled me up and pushed me out, and then she turned into this like demon looking thing. Her face was all like bashed in. It was like her neck was slit, and it just didn't look right. So I don't know if that had anything to do with this house or if I just was having a really aggressive dream, but let's go inside.
I wrote some stuffs down. I was seeing a black shadow man. I was getting a stabby pain right here on my neck. I was getting hot flashes. I kept seeing red. Now, obviously, if you look at the video, the house, they have like the red lights, but I was seeing red on the inside, and almost like the black shadow man had like a red aura around it as well. And even when we talked about doing the Garnett House, I kept seeing red outlines of people and black shadowy, but like red shadows. And then I saw this cat thing. Okay, if a demon could be a cat, it looked like a demon cat with like black horns. Like it was a black demon cat looking thing with horns around its head. And then I started getting stabbing pain on the right side of my upper abdomen area. And that's all I got for that part. And now I'm nauseous.
Yeah, I've kind of had an upset tummy, but I ate some cookies earlier. Probably shouldn't have. It's my first time having cookies in a while, so I rather enjoyed them. Before we started the video, as soon as I turned on my light ring before we pressed record, I saw a shadow figure walk out of the dark, and I stopped because I didn't want anything else until we got started. I literally see the entity walk out the front door. I'm in like a bird's eye view of the house when I'm viewing in, and it's almost like I'm a drone flying around, and it sounds weird, but it's just the way that I kind of see it. And he's like, hey, very, very conscious that we are tapping into this place. I wrote down, he waved this, let's see. He waved, this is a snarky black shadow person, has a sense of humor for sure, but it's a trickster type energy is what I feel. Let's see. He enjoys the ghost hunt. He loves it. Loves scaring people. And there's some other stuff that I got. The dream. So I'm going to say the dream was definitely for this house. And what I think happened is that she literally remotely viewed in the dream. She went to this spiritual liminal space that exists inside of this home. It's like the mirror realm or whatever. So it was an astral projection, basically. And that she had an interaction with it almost feels like a memory of the entity that I'm seeing. But I'm not picking up on a woman that's been, now when or at least for me, when I go into this, my first initial thing is to look for the darkest thing there. So just to know how I kind of go into this, I haven't picked up on a woman yet, personally, but that doesn't mean she's not there. But the first thing that we generally see doing the work that we do, where it's, the darker stuff or paranormal stuff, we immediately go to the darkest thing, or at least one of them, because I think there's more than one. I think there's at least a couple. There's a couple things, few things going on. But I've got some more stuff, but I think maybe we should probably get into the next clip. But the dream, her being pulled out is her way of like no peeking. Also, too.
Did she have a panic attack? Because I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack.
Yeah, she sure did. Basically, and that's funny because my heart yesterday, yeah, because we talked about this, and I almost had one myself on Wednesday,
and I'm
out
burning.
of nowhere.
My arm's burning.
Be careful, because this stuff is very highly active. So yeah, it's wild. Threw me off track though. What was I going to say about the dream? It's fine, no worries. The dream, her going in, that was like, nope, no access, because it's almost like Kelsi was getting ready to kind of uncover things in this dream, and it's like access denied. So I'm almost positive the dream had something to do with, the entity and a memory almost. It's almost like it's a thought form created by the entity. I know that sounds crazy. I'm going to stop there because I don't want to go any further.
Mm-hmm. All right, next clip.
Ew, who painted that?
One of the paintings that was sent to us of
The Grinner?
and that's the
Oh my god.
that's the bookshelf that right here that he was leaning on. So you see how tall he is.
That doesn't look good. Is that something someone saw? Or what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the smile. It reminds me of freaking Toby from Hill House.
Yeah.
That big smile. I feel like he's gonna come through for sure tonight.
They call him the Grinner.
Oh, well, no wonder. This is a weird looking little chair.
Somebody just took a step.
Yeah, I don't know if that was us creaking or if that was the stair.
No, look. No.
Wait,
I think that's Justin.
when did he come down though?
Justin?
I just heard a whisper. I don't know if the camera caught it. It was like, hey. Hello. I'm Kelsi. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for welcoming us in the space. I cannot talk up here. It like got worse up here. Oh, look at this little guy. Aww. Is this the lady of the house?
Well, I had asked him if these pictures were original, and he said no, right?
He said he just got them based on what, like, the people, I guess, that have...
Yeah, he said it's been hard to find information about this.
Oh, I see. The woman in my dream, the mother, had brown hair. I wonder how accurate they are with like hair color and whatnot. Yeah, her hair was... Huh. I don't know.
Oh god. Okay. The upstairs. It is hard to talk. I'm having a hard time. It's thick.
Mm-hmm.
It's grainy, like texture, like in the throat. Trying to not have that panic attack. It's not me though. It
wasn't her either. Spoiler alert.
Okay. It's so thick. I feel it in my chest. It's hard to breathe. I don't like it. And oh, the image of the dark thing they have like that painting of, the head of the cat looked like that.
Okay. So it's shape-shifting.
It's a shapeshifter for sure. And now I'm getting pelvic pain and it's root chakra oriented. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That can line up with kind of what I'm feeling about the dream and where this is going. Yeah.
It hurts. I'm having pain down there in my pelvis area. Yep. That's what I got. How about you?
I feel like I was led into the house, like almost like after the drone, so remotely viewing the house. I was let in and I immediately went straight upstairs into a specific room we'll get into later, but I forgot, even though I cut these clips, y'all, she said mother. And that's what I'm feeling like the mother energy, the woman energy has something to do with this particular entity. Almost like it is a facet of a human, so descended human spirit, right? That has become somewhat what you could consider demonized, of course, because it's darker. It's been around the block quite a bit, and its trauma is rooted in the way he was treated by his mother. I don't know. That's just kind of how I'm feeling. The root chakra, the trauma, your childhood trauma, and your traumas in general are held in your root chakra.
I just
Uh,
started getting a really bad headache too, and it's oriented like right here and on the top of my head.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's something definitely going on, like, outside of what they're experiencing. I think the house makes a lot of creaks and stuff like that. Um, what has went on, like how this thing got there is kind of what I want to know. There's not a bunch of history, and honestly, I watched the video, but I haven't watched all the video. So, because I try to only cut the clips out that are necessary, like I'll let it run and go back in and just kind of let spirit guide me on what to cut and try to get like different parts of the areas. So, I might be doing something else while I'm doing the screen recordings, and I feel like the trauma, and honestly, feel like there was a nice family that lived in that house. Like the whole history of this house isn't terrible, but also like I see blood splatter across the family's picture just now visually. Um, I'm trying to get to it, but there's something going on with like a very overly aggressive woman, like a very what's the word? Authoritarian, possibly verbally abusive woman behind this dark entity. And I don't think she's in the house. I think it's memories.
I keep getting
Oh.
hot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that could be the spiritual energy in the home.
You were gonna say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you said, oh.
I don't remember.
Well, I feel like it's unbearably hot. Like, uncomfortable. Ew, I don't like it.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's an interesting place.
All right. Clip number 3.
And she comes out of the chair quite a bit. As long as she's standing up and no one's, around. Sometimes she does. I mean, she'll do it when people are around sometimes, but...
They named her Sarah.
She's Sarah?
Is it funny that she has brown hair?
That's interesting. Do they know anything about her? Like if she's good or nice or
I don't
not?
think she has to do anything with the actual house.
She's just
It's
something.
like a haunted object.
Oh. I keep thinking like the lady of the house with Sarah.
So he did say that this is his favorite. Like he mentions like, oh, that's my girl Sarah. Like, you know what I mean? So it kind of, your dream kind of correlates because she's like the main.
Right. But then in my dream it turned into
Something ugly?
Yeah. I don't know if my dream had anything. I have no idea. But I keep wanting to call her the lady of the house.
I mean, technically, she is
She
the lady
is.
of the house.
Yeah.
Currently, not the. Over.
True.
It wasn't a fart. I promise.
What's up?
It was a wood board.
Okay. You see it swinging?
Maybe.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
What happened?
That doll.
Fucking
the doll.
kidding me? That fell first.
Well, there's someone in here right now. There's someone right here.
Victor.
There's someone right here in this door right now. Wow. Babe, are you okay?
I hurt my back.
Are you okay, baby?
I hurt my back.
Okay.
She just got fucking
Relax.
tossed.
Thrown like this?
I've never
Like, ever?
Yeah, no, me neither. Not even at Hill House.
No, stuff is getting thrown left and right. Like if it was
Oh
one
my
thing.
god. Did you hear that?
What?
Something else got moved. I think let's go downstairs.
Yeah. They want to show us they're powerful. Hold on to the
Stuff is
rail.
getting tossed
The rail's not
Hold on.
left and right. Like all
Be
around
careful
us.
walking down the stairs.
Like ever.
Oh my god,
What
that
was that?
fucking doll's dead.
Oh my god.
The fucking doll, Drew.
Is that the one from the attic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. We didn't tell you this. That is the doll that they have up there because they believe a serial killer lived up there.
No, he did live here.
A serial killer.
An axe murderer, and they made that doll to represent the axe murderer.
Wait, the lady in my dream was all cut up. Like her neck was split. She was all chopped. Like,
yeah.
Her head was bashed in, her neck was cut.
Pull the muscle.
Yeah, he really hurt his back.
I keep feeling a burning in my back.
I think I might need to just chill out for a second.
Yeah, stretch it out, babe.
It's like burning me still.
Yeah, maybe just keep an eye and see if anything develops there.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes it takes a while for something to show, you know. But that's wild. So I'm excited.
I just saw the grinning man walk out of that door, smile, and walk back in. That was him, all of that.
So he knows like that it scared us.
He's very pleased with himself. He's having a great time. I'm glad you're having fun. We just need a minute. I know I seem like I'm calm, but I am freaking out inside. Just a little bit.
Too.
I just don't want them to know that.
If anyone ever tells or claims that that was all fake, I feel like I'm gonna cry. I don't feel like that was fake at all. I don't think the dolls are haunted, but I think the entities use the dolls as props.
Bingo.
Yeah, I feel the emotions in that house and I just want to fucking cry.
Yeah. There was somebody there that has experienced a lot of abusive trauma,
And I think
like at some point.
if it's true about the serial killer or whatever, it would explain why I kept seeing red, red, red. And I'm not talking about like the lights and the way it's lit. I'm talking thick red. Hatred, anger.
Associated with that color. And, it's interesting now, as you said that, I just correlated the family picture and blood splattering across it.
Yep.
So, I mean, I wrote down fractal of the person's memories. I don't know. I see like, this is funny. Spirit's giving me some very interesting analogies. This is literally what I wrote down. I see like a control room and strings attached to objects in spirit, omnipresent, gaining energy from these investigations. Basically, that means like I see the entity, just puppeting things. I wrote that down last time, but I wanted to wait because I didn't want to jump too far ahead. But I see the entity puppeting things. And it's like a central control room, meaning he doesn't have to be present to make this happen. It's an extension of his energy. That's why multiple things can happen. And there's a specific hiding spot in this house. This is coming now. There's a specific hiding spot in this house for this entity where he can stay. It's almost like go gadget arm. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with that. But I'm also picking up something very interesting, and I'm going to tread lightly here because I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying what I get. Something has been invoked and invited into this house to make it more scary. However, that can play out. Something has been brought here to make it more freaky deaky.
I agree.
That's where I will choose to stop because I'm not going to pry. Secrets to uncover in the basement is the next thing. And the whole thing about freaking out, like on my paranormal investigations, I've been saying this because where I just released my video of Henry River Mill Village, like when things are happening, I was calm. Like people are like, I figured you'd freak out. Well, guys, Emily and I have dealt with this kind of stuff for so long, and what Kelsi's saying is good because even if we do freak out a little bit, we don't want to enhance that and show it because it makes for better food, right? So it's important to keep that balance. One thing that I have done in this video is shown the mediumship perspective. And you'll see a little later what I mean by that, but just, of how things kind of are. And that's one of them. So I just thought that was important to leave in.
Yep, I saw the entity. It almost looks identical to that painting.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes across to me as very dark shadow.
I see the freaking smile. I don't like it. I don't like it. But the thing that you were saying about it being invoked, I have that on my paper.
Interesting.
I have it like witchcrafty, like it was brought here.
Yep.
Mhm.
Almost like never mind. Next. There's something there, don't get me wrong. But there has been things that's happened and like, that has made it more intense. Now, we could talk about the serial killer thing. I think I've seen something on that because Paranormal Files has went here, and I didn't correlate that until I was cutting clips. Because I remember the doll falling and everybody going, everybody screaming when the dolls are flying around the house. So they're getting more and more energy from that specific reaction. And Spirit is telling me it's just like the energy threads. The more time they get the same reaction out of the same thing, it gives them more power in the physical world to continue to improve their pathways. Does that make sense?
Yep. And it's kind of like, too, when they do something and they have a good response, they know that it works and they get good feedback. And when I say good feedback, I mean good feedback in the way of the energy they're looking for. And so they do it again to get the same reaction. So they know that messing around with the dolls and yeeting them across the house, that's going to cause an extremely fearful reaction to those investigating. So it's going to keep doing it. It's just going to keep doing it and become part of its MO.
Yeah. And it's almost like I feel the pride. It's like, yes, I'm known for throwing the dolls. Keep coming back, bitches. That's exactly what, because at the end of the day, this may be very dark. It is. It is very dark, but there is what?
Look at my neck. Like, it's red right here.
You're on fire.
Dude.
Your whole face, everything's flushed.
What the fuck? Look.
Yeah, I see. It's all your whole face is flushed.
I have a giant rash from here to here. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's on your face too.
Yeah. Well, I'm not making this shit up.
Yeah, all that's like allergic reaction. Might need to take a Benadryl.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Like soon.
Yeah.
Like now.
I'm not doing it now. We're gonna whip through this video.
There's like 5 more things that are like 5 minutes long.
It's fine. I can do
it.
It's really hard to breathe.
It is hard to breathe up here.
Well, that and
They got worse.
my lungs are straining right now because I hurt my back.
I keep feeling my back. Now over here on this side.
It's weird that both of the guys' backs are hurting,
I keep feeling a burning sensation on my back.
Where?
Up
Like
right
up
here.
your spine and
yeah,
in
like
your
under
side.
like
No.
nothing. I keep feeling like a burning sensation on my
The
back.
candle went off.
There's someone whispering. I feel like that doll's gonna just start rocking, the one in front.
You caught our attention. Can you move another object?
It's like it doesn't want to do it when we're wanting it to do it.
Like it's just gonna do it out of nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't want to be told what to do.
I think it only listens to the owner.
Here. Here's really not doing hot right now, so he's gonna go sit in the car. I'm sorry, baby. Hurt. How many entities are in this house?
RBH, arm, easel. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
I see 8. I could say 7 spirits. Something died in the house.
How many entities are here?
Dial public interview. Alongside survey fella.
What was knocking everything over? Can you come through?
Straight up spell something.
No, this says something about Drew. Drew's protected. You stay. Something's been targeting Drew since the beginning.
Gun, except what I get too much attack a message.
I got your message.
No, you're not. No. Drew's protected. Something's coming through, like, directly. No.
Did you hear that? Are we safe in here?
That sounded like he was scared. What's wrong?
Had to test the rope at the lung. And then the neck has right and had as an English.
What's wrong?
Yo soy pequeño. Kelsi,
okay?
Do you want me to turn it off?
Let's go outside, Kelsi.
Do you think it's purposely attacking Drew? Like it's going to hurt him even more?
Yeah, sorry. I'm having a panic attack.
Do you want water?
It's just... It started, like, really coming through to me. It was just saying things to, like, scare me. Okay, sorry.
I had to keep deflecting too because I kept feeling it trying to affect me too.
Right.
So the person that kept flashing in my mind, I think this is more of a reference, but John Wayne Gacy, he's the serial killer that dressed up as a clown. And I also started to feel like this burning, scratching on my back. I don't, probably nothing there, but it hurts, like, back here. Oh.
Keep turning.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn around. It's hard to see with my shirt.
Yeah, I thought I saw something, but you might not be able to see, but
yeah, probably not.
it's just red where you're flushed. You're like different parts of your body is flushed.
Yeah, but it burns like I got scratched with like a knife or something really sharp.
Yeah, I was getting stabbed in the rib right here.
Was it
and
the
I
right
forgot
side?
to left.
Okay, I was having it on the right side.
Yeah, and I ended up before this, V said that he felt a whoosh of cold air probably about 4 hours ago. And after that, I didn't, I heard him. It was interesting. And like 5 seconds later, it felt like somebody took their finger and poked it up into my jaw and hooked me. And I was like, stop, stop, stop. And I had to like literally take my healing hands here and put it on my face and like bring in the light and put light in it and then pull it energetically out. So that could have been something to do with this house then, because that happened a few hours ago.
I don't like that.
Yeah, like like that, But yeah, I was picking up a girl in this, but she wasn't an older woman. She was a younger girl.
Child.
And I guess maybe a young lady for me. Young lady, like either late teen, early 20s. Could have been a teenager. Wait a minute. It started on the other page. Hold on. Pain stabbing in ribs. Female coming through. I see her in the dark, like crunched down, looking up, because I know I'm in the darkness. And there's a light shining directly on her in my mind, like how I see it. And she's like, like that.
Mhm.
And I said, female coming through, says, hey, in the dark, young girl, brown hair, pulled back, Caucasian young lady from the area. I believe she's went missing. I believe she's a girl that was kidnapped and potentially, whatted. Um, Interested to see the serial killer information. Gonna have to look that up. But there's like a young girl. I'm seeing her now, like walking down the street. It's almost like an abduction. So maybe she was a teenager.
Yeah, because
I
I'm
don't think
getting
she was.
like 16-ish.
Yeah, I don't like I said. I don't think she's like a young kid, but she's like teenage, early 20s. She's walking down this block, and a starts with an A name or something with an A. I want to say Angela or Andrea, but I don't think that is it. I don't know. Horrible with names. But she went missing at some point. And maybe I'm just interfering, like stuff's coming through for that because, we are psychic mediums looking into this. And I don't know. I don't know if Kelsi ever talked about what she was picking up from the area. I doubt Kelsi will ever see this video, but Kelsi, if you do, let us know because I wonder if it's something similar like abduction. There's something going on there, and I see like a car driving by, and I see a guy like, hey, I need directions. And when she walked closer to the car, she saw a pistol or a weapon or something. And he's like smiling, like, get in the car. And I'm getting like 90s vibes.
Yeah, I see her hair
He's,
in a ponytail, and I see her with like almost same color hair like mine. Kind
it's
of,
like in between mine and yours.
yeah, it's not blonde, but it's not like dark brown either.
No, I
And
agree.
I'm seeing it more ashy though too. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's giving like, if you ever watched the Brady Bunch, it's
Yeah.
giving like that kind of style hair, but in a ponytail.
And she's got her under her eyes are blue,
Mm.
like she was held for a while before she passed. I know this is off subject of the haunted house, guys, but we just going to give you what we get.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, that's what I feel. In the spirit box session, I see the black waves of static, like that device particularly is interfering with the energy in this house. And I believe some of those responses were coming from her. I mean, it was multitude of things, but this girl really just stood out a lot. Points of communication is what I wrote down, and I drew like a little zigzaggy line with lines through it. I'm just telling you what I visualized, and I feel like it was a woman from the area.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like she may have been attracted to Kelsi because Kelsi could help find her.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing freeway cars. I'm hearing trucks going down the road, and I'm seeing like an overpass. I'm seeing an overpass and like brown dead, um, like grown up grass, like little sprigs of grass. So I'm interested if they found a body. Maybe she's already been found, or maybe she's still somewhere down there. But it's an overpass, so there's probably either a really deep, like ravine or water. It's almost like there was water there at one time, but the water level goes up and down, and when it goes down, it almost goes away. Don't know, because I just feel like it's some type of river or creek, a crick, as some people probably watching us call it. Down here in North Kakalaki, we call that a creek.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wanted to include what happened to Kelsi, and it sucks. Like I felt really bad for her, but that's part of this work, being a medium. And when you deal with these denser and darker energies, you can be spiritually attacked. It happens. You can have the most light in the world and protection, but when we put ourselves in these vulnerable situations, this can happen. And sometimes people do have normal anxiety attacks, panic attacks of stress, and it comes in the form like that. And this entity's playing mind games with her, like showing her, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. he is playing on her weakness because her boyfriend or fiance had already got hurt. So she was already concerned, and like there was a compilation of how he got hurt. Like part of it was human error, and part of it was during the scare. So I don't feel like it was like the entity physically hurt him. I think it was part of the and everybody freaked out, and he got hurt. But now the entity's playing on that, and that's how darker things talk to me. They do that sometimes. They come in that way, and that's when I clairaudiently in my mind hear their voice. And it's only with certain types of dark entities. So you're getting in the level, I mean, but any of them can. But there's like a certain line that either a descended human spirit has to cross, because not every descended human spirit are fractals of a human spirit, because a lot of times it's just fractals of the person. It's not literally the whole spirit. Sometimes most of the spirit will ascend up, but sometimes things, denser pieces, more traumatic pieces stay behind. And this is one of the things that isn't really talked about a lot in the paranormal world because it's not very well understood. But more and more mediums are getting this. Like, I was never taught by anybody about fractal pieces of spirit. That was something that I was never, I mean, I've heard of residual energy, right? But I was never taught about that. That's something that was given to me by spirit. And I've seen other mediums start to talk about it. So there's something going on here, guys. Just wanted to say that.
I get sleepy.
Oh man, I was so tired before this, like my energy, but granted, I've been doing a lot of stuff today, but generally when I tap in, like it wakes me up. But this type of energy and like bathing and basking and tapping in can make you very tired. I know some of our viewers, y'all have problems with this too, because a lot of y'all are sensitive. And I know we don't say it enough, but if you made it this far in the video, thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all very much.
I'm gonna say this, that it can, if you're very sensitive, and especially with Kelsi and some of the other people that are investigating in this video, I feel like the entity can make you see things and give you hallucinations, because as I'm looking, because the big screen, I can see you, I can see me, but I also have a little like square of myself, and it's making my eyes look freaky, and I don't like it.
I'm looking. I got me big so I can make sure I'm in frame, because I film differently. Your eyes look fine to me.
I know, but it's playing games. It's making me feel like my eyes are freaky.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Do you know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah.
I can see that it is normal, but it's starting to overlap and making me question whether or not they are actually. Does that make sense?
Yeah, are you seeing them slit or something?
Yeah.
That's what I just saw, was a slit. It's a trickster. It's a trickster energy. And it's one of those energies like, I'm going in this place in a stance of like, hey, I'm just saying hello, we're just checking it out. We don't mean any harm. Like, that's the kind of stance I'm taking. I'm not having too many problems. I'm not going in like guns blazing, ready to bust in. But I found it interesting that they said it only listens to the owner.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
That's sus. That's sus to me anyway.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not trying to say or accuse or make any accusations, but that is interesting. So it makes me wonder, I don't want to spoil it, but there is a correlation. I'm pretty sure Kelsi, Davies, and the one we did last week, Ghost Club Paranormal, I think they did something together with one of the houses that he owns. Was it Whiteface House? I think, guys, y'all tell us in the comments if it was Whiteface house that they went in together and did it. But there is something linked between these houses. And yes, so there's some other reactions that, since we've done Sally, we might do Whiteface next, guys. Y'all let us know if you want to see Whiteface next, since that's the 3 trilogies that have came out across different YouTube channels. If you want to see us react to that, something's happened, and it might not even be the owner. It might be somebody that
investigated all 3 houses.
It could be anything. So something's correlated, something's linked here.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Somebody did
Something's
something.
somebody did something, because I'm literally going back through my notes. Let me look one more time. Something invoked in the house to make it scarier, secrets to uncover in the basement is what that finished out with.
There's
Which,
also a portal in the basement, but that's beside the fact.
yeah, I'm surprised we haven't even talked about a portal in this house yet. But to me, though, there are portals in this house, but not as many as you would expect.
No, there's not.
Yeah. So, and I have an idea, because where I cut the clips, I think I know where that portal probably is. The attic, though,
Oh, I was
that
thinking that too. Okay. I was
there's a
thinking
clip for the attic and a clip for the basement.
Okay, so then maybe I'll just wait.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited.
So I guess there was a serial killer that killed people.
Yeah,
with an axe.
so back in the day, there used to be a wall right here where you see this line, and he lived on this side.
Oh, I see.
And they found this doll that they just use as a representation for the axe murderer.
This doll?
Yeah, and that doll was sitting right there.
Whoa!
I didn't touch that.
No, I saw that.
did not touch that.
Oh my god.
I did not touch that.
Can you move the door for us?
Close this door.
See, it only does things when we don't expect it. It just likes the surprise.
Should we put that doll in the middle here? We sit around it to see if maybe anything kind of happens, like.
I
Because
guess.
that's his how do you say it?
Representation.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird looking doll. Like
And look, so nobody thinks that there's anything in this doll. It's literally nothing's in this doll.
something with that doll just doesn't.
Nothing.
It just doesn't sit right. It doesn't. Debunking.
Just so people can see, like,
There's no fishing wire. There's no nothing. I want, like, anyone who doesn't believe in the paranormal, like, if you came to this house,
come here.
just come here for the night,
Spend the night. Yeah, spend
and
the night here.
you will believe very, very quickly. Right?
That was up in the attic. If you want us to go up there, make a noise or drop one of your items.
Whenever we're not paying attention, it just likes to do things. Okay. I like don't want to stop recording because I feel like that's when it happens.
Yeah.
All right, quick update. Things have calmed down, which is great. It just I don't know. I don't know if it's building up for something or if it's done for the night. But that was just like really intense. I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to like tap into something because I feel like as a clairvoyant and going to these places and stuff, it's like I feel like I need to tap into things. Otherwise people will be like, oh, she's fake or she's this, and that. And so sometimes I feel like I need to. Sometimes I just shouldn't because that happens. So it's just about protecting my energy because I get a lot of comments all the time. They're like, oh, she's faking it or she's a scammer or blah, 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 all these things. Like, I don't charge for readings. I just am what I am and I see what I see. And, you know, I try to prove it to people. Like, look, it's right here. But I think, I don't know, I think I push my limits sometimes and that was...
So like the portal, okay. The way I'm seeing it, do we know if the basement is directly underneath the attic?
I assume so. What do you mean?
Like, because the way I'm seeing the portal, it connects the two.
It probably is. I don't know how big the basement is, It seems to me like when we get there, we'll say yes, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Um, it seems like there's more to the basement, which I've already written down. It come through earlier, but I'm going to save it for that clip. But it's very possible.
Mm.
It's very possible. And I just wanted to say, I included this clip because to validate what they're experiencing in this house is very real. We get called names and scammers and all that kind of stuff. And even before I ever charged for reading, I did my work for 2 years for free, and I still do a lot of it for free. I help people, and she does the same, it seems. And that's just comes, that's part of the job. But Spirit had wanted me to say this, and I normally wouldn't do this, but it has something to do. Her grandmother guide. I think she has a grandmother guide because that's who came through before I did while I was clipping these videos. The message that her grandmother guide had for Kelsi Davies was believe in yourself and your abilities, because I think her abilities are even much stronger than she realizes, and that she doubts her vision sometime. And her grandmother guide spirit said to me, I mean, like I said, I doubt she'll ever see this, but her grandmother spirit guide said to me, believe in yourself and your gifts. But she has a very strong grandmother in spirit that is with her. And that came through very clearly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she's too worried about what other people think about her, which is why her abilities are not like expanding to their fullest potential. She's holding
Possibly.
It feels like she's holding herself back.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's very, very gifted. In general, just I wanted to include that clip. I know it wasn't too spooky or anything, but just to give the POV, and opinions are like, everybody's got one, right? But I know a lot of people do believe, and a lot of you're entitled. We need people not to believe to have that balance in the world. But as we move through time, the barrier, no pun intended, between the paranormal and the normal continue to thin because of the belief systems of people are changing. What is it? 50% of Americans believe in something paranormal. What is it? 50% of Americans have had something paranormal happen to them, according to statistics. And that number continues to rise. And that's part of our mission here is to, validate and stuff of the such. And I just wanted to include that in there.
Mm-hmm.
So Justin's taking us up to the attic. It's probably not the best idea, especially after what I just said. But I feel like I want to face my fear.
Here you're good. And then it separates to another room, which...
What?
It sounded like somebody went up the ladder.
Went up?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh no.
That sounded like someone up the ladder.
Yeah.
I'm recording.
Just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, like followed us up. So you guys know Justin's been outside and in the van. Just so you know, he has not been in here the entire time. Like he's been outside with Drew. So, but we wanted him to take us up here because it's a little bit sketchy.
It's mainly just the open holes and then the sides.
I just heard a deep breath behind me. Hello?
Are you mad that we came into your space? So this is his main, like the main domain, where it likes to go. So when we come up here, it's, I don't know if that was the...
Oh, I heard that too.
Just over here.
Yeah.
So what I've experienced up here, and then I found out another guy, a friend of mine had the same thing. He didn't tell anyone. I never told him, and because it's kind of almost crazy, and he's just like, I can tell no one. One day we finally told each other. So if you saw in that room, there's like little cubby holes on the sides. There's I seen a just completely white, pale albino looking bat cat creature, almost like just peek its head out around at me.
Is that the meows we
What was
heard?
that?
I don't know. Like a screech,
Yeah.
I guess.
It was like a screech.
Is that meow I heard earlier?
I don't know. Like I've never seen it since then, just once. And he saw it on the other little cutout, like a year or two later.
Yeah, I heard like when I walked into
behind
the.
him too. Oh,
Well,
the
not
one you
just
heard.
now, but when
Yeah,
I
yeah.
walked in today, and then Justin's heard it a bunch. He's
Yeah,
like,
I've heard that. Same, almost exact. She did it really good. Like that was. It's one of those noises you don't really know how to explain.
Know how to replicate, yeah.
When people come up here, I think it upsets it because it can't be here, so it goes away. But then it always seems to come up and like try to get you out every now and then, and particularly back here because that's accessible easily from the ladder. But here it's kind of
like more
like
hidden.
yeah. So a lot of time people that have been up here have seen something back here, experienced stuff back here that's very dark.
I just saw something run. Whoa, that was trippy.
So you guys saw the ping pong balls laying around, right?
Yeah.
When we first got that place, I had a bunch of those I would set up, and I would leave audio recorders. We didn't have cameras running, but you would hear the sound of ping pong balls bouncing on the recorder like they were playing with him, but there was never
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
a scratch.
He's getting mad.
Yeah,
It's
I feel like I need to leave right now. I feel unwelcomed.
The cat. The cat thing that I was seeing.
Yeah. And
Um,
it's funny, it's Bat Cat. And I had a cat, unfortunately it passed away, but it was a kitten when it passed and it makes me cry. But Bat Cat.
mhm.
That's what I'm gonna name it, the Bat Cat. But I don't know if it's the entity itself or something else, because almost like I see the little cat jumping up on stuff and knocking it over too. Maybe that's the extension of the entity. Maybe that's the energy thread.
I kept drawing these little triangle things. And
Oh,
then,
girl. Stars. Hold on.
yeah.
Hold on. Stars.
Wait,
While I was listening to that, I drew stars, a bunch of them.
that's so freaky.
Yep, same exact time, and I got the name Leslie.
Oh, I didn't get any names.
Yeah, the name Leslie come out of the stars. I don't know what that means, but the attic is where it definitely goes. It's almost like the hiding spot. I don't think that's the control room. I think that's the hiding spot, like where they have at least the domain. I have an idea for that, but the bird's eye view, that's where this entity goes because it can see through the floors. It's omnipresent. Again, spirit's coming in bird's eye view, and that's the way I came into this house too. This
Mhm.
house.
And it kind of makes sense to how like I'm seeing the attic and the basement connected.
Yeah, and I actually wrote down there's holes in the floor. So when I think about the attic as a liminal, not a liminal space, and as an energetic space, there's like holes in the house. Because when you do remote viewing and stuff, like, or even in the astral projections, there's things that hold energy resonance are there. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing black spots in the attic, kind of where I guess it's energy shedding of the entity or portally type energy straight down through.
Yeah, because I mean, this thing that I was drawing is kind of like the portal-y thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I.
But it's worth checking out at least and see like
Yeah.
how you feel about the energy, because for everyone it seems to be a little different. You know?
Yeah.
So, like I usually feel pretty calm.
Yeah, I feel okay down here.
And some people hate it, but
That's interesting.
this was there was a tunnel here, so you see like they filled it in, but it used to lead, we think, over to the Kirk House and then downtown.
Oh.
But when the wind blows, sometimes you'll see the cobwebs move. You'll know there's still air going through there. But so if you believe what the spirits say on the spirit boxes and ghost boxes, they tell me there's several bodies buried right here that
Really?
were buried and possibly dissolved with acid.
Acid.
Yeah. And then this was a neat little thing. I think it was just a chimney cleaned out at one time, but I pulled these bricks out and I dug all this dirt. And in the very back of it was like a little handmade trinket voodoo doll looking thing with a feather. Yeah, and it had been there for a long time. It was disintegrating. So this was the Underground Railroad, so maybe there was, you know, some trinkets that some freed slaves had made, you know, and left behind. They were known to do that. Or the other option is we're told that there was definitely some Satanistic rituals that were done here by a person at one time. So maybe. I don't
In the description, just be safe while you're using it.
Yeah. Wait, it said yeah.
Jasmine! It said Jasmine!
No way.
It totally said Jasmine.
I heard it.
What do you want with Jasmine?
Satan.
I heard Satan.
Satan.
Our house?
See, I heard. Oh, maybe.
Why did you say my name? What?
That's a full sentence.
Does it sorry?
Is it true about the bodies?
Kelsi!
Whoa. The two girls. Should you two stay down here and I leave?
Were the girls murdered? Like, specifically women?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
You say yes? Do you want me to leave? The girls here by themselves?
Girls.
I heard go now.
I heard go now. I was just gonna say that. Are there bodies in these walls?
Yeah.
Yes. Blood. I heard that.
I died in here. That was like a scream.
Yeah.
Who was the woman I saw in my dream? Am I gonna
Leave
ask
now.
right now? Is something gonna happen if we don't leave?
I heard protect. Like someone's trying to protect us. Spirit.
Maybe the females that got murdered.
Go home.
A lot of females are coming through. Was there something conjured up here through the satanic rituals?
Whoa.
I was drawing a portal, a swirly portal. The energy does feel slightly thinner there, but it's still hot AF.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm seeing fire coming in and out of the ground too. It's like
Hmm.
the
Might have been a
base
fire there before.
of-
Maybe the house that was near or on that property burnt down.
Mm.
Possibly. How do you feel about what they're saying though? Bodies in the basement. There's a tunnel leading to some cartel stuff.
Well, I was getting like the Satanist stuff and the pentagrams and I did see an upside down pentagram. I did specifically see this kind, but I don't remember what that means.
That's the six-pointed star. So
But it's bent.
bent. Oh, I don't know.
But I was seeing the upside down pentagram. And the bat cat thing that I was getting almost feels very like familiar, like.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
People were playing around in there that they should not have been, they were messing with things that they shouldn't have messed with.
Right. So particularly somebody conjured something, and now because it's the owner of the house, could it all be kind of collecting amongst, like, spread out? It's almost like stained energy, like you get it on your feet when you walk in there, and if he goes to the other house, it's just like transferring.
Especially if the person owns multiple locations and they are not cleansing themselves, they are definitely transporting energy.
Yeah, I think they do stuff like that. I think they do. I've heard good things about the owner for sure, but something has come into this house to make it scarier at some point. Could have been the investigations, could have been somebody at some point that did all three locations. You just never know. Could have been the energy transferring.
somebody did it, and I know I feel like it's like someone investigating, like someone was doing something in like an investigation, like something stupid, like what they
See,
do.
I don't know. It feels older than like recent too.
It feels both. It feels like
Yeah,
both.
it could be. The initial stuff to me feels older. Maybe the cat is more recent. Like the cat and but there's older energy to be dug up here. Behind that wall, because we're not even looking at all the layers, honestly. We're just seeing the most present energy in this house. There is layers of energy. Behind the wall in that space, I want to knock it down. I get this feeling just to take it out because there is something in that space. That might be the control room. Control room. That's the safe space. But I just want to like knock down that wall and see what's behind it because I feel this is what I feel like. It is a cellar. I would be very interested to see these tunnels they speak of. Honestly, I would. But I feel like it's a cellar. Now, could there be like another little like smile? Because this, okay, behind that wall is a space for sure, not down. Not sure if it's a tunnel, maybe a food cellar, but there could be another exit, like a crawl space, and I'm seeing dirt piles. So it could be a tunnel. But I don't know how far it goes, but I just really feel like it's a food cellar.
I was getting root cellar.
Yeah. So knock that wall down. We want to know what's behind it. I personally do feel that dead people are particularly not in the basement. I don't think anybody was dissolved with acid or anything like that. But I did write down, but around, this is what Spirit said. So I could be totally off. I'm just writing what I hear here. Down, okay, around the corner, 2 streets over, there's a cemetery.
I was just gonna say there are either unmarked graves on the property,
Yeah.
but it's not in the cellar. But I'm seeing unmarked graves on the property, and I'm seeing like those really old tombstones, so it could be a cemetery down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But they're old. They're old.
Yes, around the corner, 2 streets over, because I feel like I'm going through like streets that are very much like straight, street. Like there's some stuff around here. Around the corner. So I'm pulling out of the Garnett House driveway. I'm making a left. I make another left, and then 2 streets over. Don't ask me why. That's what I feel. People did die in the house. I see a woman laying in a bed that's propped up, and she's taking her last breath of natural causes. That's what I got. So this is the end, as you saw. Ultimately, Emily, what do you think about the video?
Well, the place is haunted. Like I don't think they faked anything. I don't feel any fakery whatsoever. I could feel that they were genuinely scared because I felt like I was about to cry, and this shit don't bother me. I'm just like, oh, cool. There's a moving dog getting yeeted across the room. Like, cool. But I felt their emotions, and if they were faking, that would not be something I felt.
Yeah.
Honestly though, it doesn't bother. It still's not as bad as Amityville to me.
Right.
I probably would go in here. I don't think it would bother me too much. I feel like now that I know what's in it, and now I know how to deflect it, it would be fine.
Right. It's got kind of like an inviting character to it, but once you're in, you're like in its clutches. Yes, like So yeah, very interesting house. Again, we just say what we hear. We say what we get. Not trying to pry on anybody's stuff or anything like that, but somebody's brought something there. Dang it. There's things that haven't been spoken about, and I'm not saying it's about the owner.
Yeah.
Right? We're not saying that. We're just saying that's what we feel. The place is definitely haunted, guys. You let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. That's really, I think we've said a whole lot. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, but I think I'm pretty much done.
if I find out that Zach Bagel Bites went in there and did some bullshit ritual, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad. Sam and Colby,
Okay.
you too. If you did anything in there, I'm gonna be mad.
I don't think they've been there at all because I think this is a newer location. Like I've not heard of this place, but for the last year, like this is recent. This has been recently turned into something. They say it's very hard to find any information on this house. So if anybody knows anything about the house or lives close to this area, I might have to get on Google Maps to see if I can find this around the corner, 2 streets or something like that cemetery. Now I got to know. I got to find out. But guys, yeah, that's all I've got. Unless Emily wants to add anything else, I think we're going to end it here.
Yep, I'm good. I got nothing else.
All right, guys. Well, again, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed our reaction to the Garnett House with Kelsi Davies and Barrier Beyond. We hope that her boyfriend, fiance is feeling a lot better. We're glad that everybody made it out safely. And I guess
I'm
until
looking to
next
see if
time.
I am better. It's
Emily's
still
over
there.
here like. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Hey, if you have a haunted story you want to share, you can email us at lightsatmidnightpodcast@gmail.com. Get in touch with us there. We'd love to hear from you. We really appreciate y'all hanging around and checking it out. We are super excited to bring you some super awesome content.
Thank you to all that took the time to listen to this week's episode. Your support means the world to us. And remember, all of us have the ability to shine brightly and shed positivity even in the darkest of places. Stay safe, stay well, and light it up!